Okay, so you guys are back inside Lord Harrington's living room. So yeah, he's asked if you managed to discover anything.
Well, someone's on to us, sir.
Oh, when you say onto you, what do you mean?
Well, he or she left a note basically threatening us.
Oh dear, that's not good, is it? I did tell you to be discreet, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah.
Can I sense motive on him?
Yeah, -5 based on the amount of stuff that he said, though. He's hardly said anything.
Alright. Oh, god damn it. Alright, now you
yeah,
do
you haven't got it. Yeah.
-5, you said? Sense motive, so -3, okay.
Okay. He seems concerned is about all you can figure out.
Okay.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing that we got a note. It was written with, cursive, and we can try to find out any that match.
Well, being a local lord, I have dealings with several people. If I can take a look at it, I might recognize the handwriting.
Raisa?
Yeah?
How did you come across this? I mean, was it just weirdly given to you by the lady? I mean, by the waitress?
Well, you were right there when it happened. You all saw it happen in plain sight.
Yeah, it just seems weird. Okay. If you want to show...
So it didn't belong to Raisa?
No!
But the waitress...
She was just securing it so the waitress didn't take it.
And the waitress,
I know that, I was role-playing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, the fact that Radovan is asking questions about how she got the note, I'm like, did you all forget what happened in that situation?
Actually asking the group. I was kind of role-playing too, just not as good. But, okay. Raisa, if you want to show the note, you can show the note.
Well, I think you have it, sir.
Do I have it? Okay, so I get up and I hand over the note.
Yeah,
Yes, I do have it. There you go.
Well, if you're trying to sub and you can't because PayPal is currently broken, we very much appreciate your efforts. By all means, continue to try if you want to, but if not, there will be other streams, I'm sure. So, okay. So back to that. What did you say?
I hand over the note.
Okay, he kind of looks at it. He goes, nobody I recognize particularly. What about you, my dear? Have you seen this handwriting before? And he kind of just hands it to Lady Harrington. She's like, not that I recall.
Well, where are the tax ledgers?
Barely looked at it.
Can we ask Ellen?
I don't even think Ellen can read.
Well, he over there suggested that it was of someone of wealth, based on the script, right?
I would have said possibly someone educated. Doesn't necessarily indicate wealth.
Well,
but of course, someone that has a level of education probably isn't a complete, a complete ne'er-do-well.
Right.
Do you happen to have any documents with, like, a ledger that people might have had to sign their name with? Or tax documents or the sorts?
There would be tax documents, but I don't keep any of those.
So you just throw them out?
No, that's Lord Farrell's department, and he's currently away on business.
I'll throw us a bone here.
And he lives on this street?
Yes, he lives next door, in fact.
And could we have permission to see said documents, even with him not here? Since it is
well, he'd have them with him, you see. That's exactly what he's gone to do. Twice a year, he takes them and, we have to record and report and pay the local taxes, our share, of course, and report to the local census of any new births and such.
And how long does that trip take?
Oh, usually about 2 or 3 weeks.
And he left how long ago?
About a week and a half ago, so he'll probably be back in, 7 to 10 days, I suppose.
And where is this place that he heads to do these documents? To Candlewind.
No, the capital city, where the king lives.
I thought the king lived in Candlewind. My bad.
No.
Okay.
No, the king lives way east of here.
Got it. So he would travel through Finnerton
Oh, absolutely, yes.
and then be on his merry way.
Mm-hmm.
And does he go with a guard, like a group of people? I mean, obviously with taxes and stuff.
Oh, yes, he always takes a standing guard of 6 men.
And the other lord that's a part of your little group, where is he?
I believe. I'm not sure if he is here or not.
But he's down the street too?
He is 2 doors down, yes.
What does he do for this town? The guy who may or may not be here.
Oh, sorry, yes, no, well, generally speaking, he's in charge of the docklands, and he makes sure that the Trade Commission operates properly, and that, everybody has their proper trading licenses and all that sort of thing.
And these trading licenses would obviously have to be signed by people of this town, residents.
Yes, if you're a merchant, you have to sign, yes.
How many people in this town are merchants who have it? The blacksmith, the general stores lady?
The apothecary, the innkeeper, that's probably about it. Oh, and a couple of farmers as well. They have, different documents that they have to sign in regards to,
Okay, so that's a step in the right direction. Is there anyone else in this town who's educated that you know of that is not a merchant of any kind?
There's lots of people that are not merchants, but...
Who are educated?
Oh, well, this is a fairly well-educated town. I mean, we obviously have some commoners that can't read or write, but, there's quite a few people here that probably have a talent with a ink and quill.
So how would you suggest we route out the people, since we're being watched, and it's quite clear, and you're right, we're not very subtle. So, my only thought is we go to this merchant, this guy down the way, to look at these trade licenses to see if anything matches. Would you give us permission and authority to request signatures from the town?
I don't have the permission to do that where they're concerned, I'm afraid. I can write a letter of introduction and make a personal request on my behalf. Under the circumstances, of course, you are working for me, but I can only request such a thing. I have no rights or privilege.
Well, your guards, I didn't get a chance to meet O'Neill. He was indisposed. He was busy.
Captain O'Neill is a very busy man. But I'm more than happy to write this letter of introduction if you wish. And as I said, Lord Carlin lives 2 doors down.
Well, could you please, if we speak to this lord, just to look at those documents, obviously not to take them with us, but we just want to see if there's any similarities.
I'll write something right now. And he goes over to the sideboard and gets himself out some parchment and a quill and begins to write a note. Folds it up, stamps it with his seal, and hands it to you. Here you go. Give Lord Carlin this.
All right.
I can't see any reason why he wouldn't cooperate with you.
And if he doesn't, we'll just drag him back here. We'll take him to the interrogation room.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that if I were you. I'd recommend you mind your P's and Q's and are very polite to Lord Carlin. He is not a tolerant man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I was joking.
So no jokes with him?
I would suggest that probably wouldn't go over very well.
Buzzkill.
It's okay, Radovan. I can punch him.
I wouldn't do that either. Striking a lord.
How can we do it this way?
Striking a lord in this town would have you arrested on sight, and you wouldn't like the sentence.
Dang, this guy's too serious. I don't like him.
Okay, Lord Harrington. I guess we'll go visit this, life of the party, as you so politely put it.
Yes. I wish I could help you more. I'm very concerned about all this. Obviously I'm a small fortune out of pocket to you, and a larger fortune out of pocket to whoever it is stealing my merchandise, and my name is in ruins, potentially with the king's outfitter. I just don't really have much of a sense of humor, I'm afraid, at the moment.
Can I sense motive again on him?
If you wish.
Double check. Ooh! Awesome. Is that the first 20?
That is the first.
Natural 20!
I was about to say, it wasn't working. I was like, shit, everything's broke tonight.
Man.
Alright, yes, that is the first 20 of the night. So congratulations. We actually, I think we had bets on ones this time around. Bam! Okay, so,
Back out into the rain.
yes.
So-
Your sense motive, basically, I mean, it seems, as far as you can tell, I mean, he seems to be on the up and up. I mean, obviously he is very concerned. He seems very flustered.
Seems
Understandably.
like he's telling the truth.
Seems to be, as best as you can tell.
Okay.
Jablinski,
Don't worry.
thanks for the follow.
We're gonna find this whoever is stealing your shields. It's gonna be okay. We're not
Yes.
gonna stop until we find them.
Well, I hope so, and you know, I'm more than happy to reimburse you. I mean, you know, for the other half of the payment that I promised. Well, good luck. Oh, and here's the note.
Thank you. I
Alrighty.
take it. All right. When we're outside, I'm actually gonna try to look around to see if anyone's looking at us suspiciously.
Okay, so you are all
I know it's
going
raining.
back out into the storm. Yep. Okay.
So I might probably have a penalty.
I think I still have an in music playing somewhere. God, that Piper is loud. You can hear him all the way down the street. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you guys head back out onto the streets of Arendelle in the pouring rain.
Yep, I'm doing a spot check in the rain, so
And you are here. Okay, hold on a second.
all right.
Let me just get everything set for you. Okay. Alright, so, I mean, it's still only kind of like mid-afternoon right now, so it's not dark. Of course, it is very overcast, so it's darker than usual. But, okay, so you're going to have a glance around. Make your spot check, sir.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, so close to that one.
Wow.
Alright.
I'm
Okay.
also going to be looking around because I'm a little I'm paranoid, Reza.
Okay.
So I'll be on that
Well,
train.
you've been paranoid ever since you read the note, so...
Yes. Oh, there it
There
is.
it is! There it is!
Man!
A 1.
Wow.
Oh,
I
damn.
I win. Whoever voted on me, you
All
win.
I
right,
like that
so,
we're happy now if we
Bane,
get a
if
one.
you voted that Bane would be... So, Badger Chemist, Catherine Locke, Nikor, and Son of Joxer, you all won money because you betted that Bane would suck most first.
Yes.
There you go.
Damn.
Awesome. Okay, yep, you guys cannot see... I mean, it is torrential as well. I mean, we're talking like one of those downpours that are like... I mean, you can hear it. It's hitting hard. I mean, you guys are soaked to the damn bone.
Do you have to do like a percentage check to see if I get struck by lightning?
Do you want me to?
No, because I'm like metal.
Here, I'll do it.
Like 1%
It's like-
chance. What is
Sure.
the percent chance that I get struck by lightning?
If I
That'll
roll
be
100,
really-
Shaggy is struck dead by lightning. By his own request.
It's only fair, man.
Wouldn't it hit Kia's tall staff first?
That would be an epic way of dying. Just, I would totally love it.
You
Radavan
would
is just
take it,
killed
wouldn't you?
randomly by weather. I don't believe
Hits you with
anything
your
else.
stupid spaghetti hat.
That would be a hilarious thing to do. It would serve you right for asking it. Cuthbert
Hey,
would be like,
man.
you know what? You've tempted fate one too many times.
If that was 100, I would have been so happy.
Yeah.
But not, I love Radavan, but
Okay, so
yeah, we're going to what's his name's house.
you're going 3 doors down, 2 doors down.
2 doors down.
Okay.
Let's walk around the world. Sorry, you said 3 doors down.
So you get to Lord Carlin's house. Okay. You can hear quiet footsteps coming towards the door.
Kitty cat.
Okay, you see a kind of a squinty middle-aged man peer through the little mini window in the door.
My lord, my name is Radaman Rainier. I'm here on behalf of Lord Harrington.
You're here to see his lordship, are you?
That is correct.
One moment. You hear quiet footsteps moving away. About 5 minutes later, he comes walking back. This guy doesn't have a front porch, by the way, so you're getting soaked. You hear click.
Hold my cloak up for Marlo.
Click.
Even though it's not
Click.
doing anything.
And several locks get undone, and then he opens the door. As he opens it, it's on like a very thick, heavy chain, and it only allows him to open it about a foot and about a foot, as he peers through. Do you have any identification?
I have a note from Lord Harrington. I kind of don't want it to get soaked, so I reach into my bosom, I guess. No, I reach in, retrieve it, and quickly hand it. So
Okay, he reaches out and snatches it quickly, and appears back and moves behind the door. No. Well, this is Lord Harrington's seal. I suppose you better come in. And then he kind of closes the door immediately, and then unhooks the chain and opens the door again.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter.
Okay, as you walk in, he kind of stares at you as you're dripping in water, like the rain's falling down off you. He goes, stay here, please.
Oh, of course. Whatever you.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't step off the rug.
Oh, this rug is my new home.
Okay, he wanders down the hallway.
I step off the rug.
Just because you're a rebel. Okay, he comes back with a rather, let's just say, screw it, I'm not going to be polite. He's a fat son of a bitch. Basically, It's a big fat guy. He's about 5'6", big, round, and he kind of waddles when he walks. He comes wandering over with his third chin. Hello.
While he approaches, I'm going to lean into Marlo and be like, reminds me of the slug.
Seen it can't be unseen.
Harrington sent you, did he?
Yes, my lord. I was just hoping to look at some of the trade licenses that have been signed by these fine people of Arendelle.
Can I ask you why?
We received a troubling note, and such a thing threatens violence and death to me and my friends. We're doing an investigation to the shields, and we want to see if the signatures line up, like the writing.
I
we can
suppose so.
pinpoint the
Bring them
culprits.
the ledgers. Bring them the ledgers. Is there anything you need me for?
No, my lord. That's honestly, you're fine. Thank you very much.
Fine. I'll be back in my study. Bring me more brandy when you're finished, will you? And he waddles back down the...
lordship.
Huh? What was that?
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Whatever. And he wanders back into his little side study.
I look at Kia and Reza and I say, who can appraise these the best? I mean, script is the same to me, really.
Well, the manservant comes in carrying what appears to be a small wooden chest, and he sits it on a little table right by the stairs. Lifting it up, he says, here you go.
Thank
Anything
you.
you could want would be in there.
Okay.
So who would be better at matching? What skill would that be?
I would use... I mean, you can definitely use Decipher Script for it.
What about gather information? Would that be appropriate?
Probably not. That's really more...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, I only have a +1. Kia, are you good at that?
A little bit better, I guess. Not by much.
Okay. With the amount of documents, it's probably going to take you a couple of hours.
Okay.
Alright, everybody grab a book.
All right. I guess we'll help since it's an undertaking.
Yay!
Racer, yay! That's 2 in a row!
I think what we're gonna do is conga line this. So Raisa looks at something, hands it to me. I'm gonna look at it and hand it to.
Okay, you really want to metagame that bad?
No, not really.
I would call fall. I would definitely call.
Oh my
foul
God,
on that.
Kia!
What?
That's
Kia,
I know
on the
that
other
was all
hand,
metagame.
Natural 20!
So does Kia get the right book?
That's the question of the day.
Well, I rolled a 22 or 20
He got
as
a
well.
20 skill, yeah.
So
Kia with 2 natural 20s tonight. That's good for Kia.
Sure is. It's amazing.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're all gonna peruse through the books.
yes.
Okay.
Except
So
Marlo,
you're
I don't-
looking for any handwriting that matches anything here?
Yes.
Alright. You all spend your time perusing over the books, doing a pretty thorough, in-depth, study. A good couple of hours of work. And I hate to say it, but the one thing that you're pretty sure of is whoever wrote this note probably is not anybody of any notoriety in this town. You do find, however, based on what you do go through, you find so many different types of documents here. Land ownership, house purchase titles, signatures of employment for the guards.
Car titles.
Sorry? Car titles? Nope. You find all of the trade documents. I mean, to the point where you're going to be looking at it, okay, probably the only people I don't have signatures for is somebody who probably would never have had reason to sign one. Which, if that's the case, would they really be educated enough to want to write that letter? So Kia and Radovan, your gut is telling you it is no one. It might be someone in this town, but it's not necessarily someone from this town. Whoever it is isn't someone that would really appear on the radar very likely. Or they're extremely good at covering their tracks.
So okay, so I just put the book down and I'm just like, oh, my neck. I
They
got
teach
nothing.
you the art of massage, Marlo, in the East.
I can punch books.
She could probably punch you in a lot of comfortable places.
Oh, yeah.
Little small flurry of blows your back. All the way up and down.
I feel like we're getting nowhere with this.
Yeah, I think you are. I mean, you're getting places.
We're eliminating things.
Yeah, you definitely are doing that.
Yeah, it's just frustrating to no end. All right, so by the time we're done, what time is it?
It is early evening. It is starting to get pretty dark because of the weather. And it is getting pretty cold as well.
And the rain's still going down?
Oh, hell yes. It's still raining Gokis and Normans.
All right.
Okay.
And Kias.
Shall we get out of here and go somewhere else?
I think perhaps we should call it a night.
Well,
Is there anything else we can do?
Well, we keep investigating. We're bound to get attacked by someone. maybe
That's
maybe
one
that's what
way
we
to do it.
We just keep investigating and we bring them to us.
Scare them?
I got an idea. So wait, what time is it?
It's about a few. I
so
mean,
it's-
it's mid. It's kind of mid to late afternoon. It's around 4. It's 4 or 5 o'clock. But it's getting dark. It's darker than it should be because of the weather being so bad.
Okay, how about this? 2 of you pretend to leave town to Thinnerton, but return and then stalk the other 2 who are still in town. We have a conversation in public for everyone to hear in the tavern where I suggest to these, whoever it is, to leave to Thinnerton to investigate, but then have them circle back and basically spy on us. And then, but their job is to see if anyone's spying on us. You see where I'm going with this?
I think that's a great idea. I think Kia and I should be the ones to leave. We can invisible back around. And then you and Marlo, if you get attacked, you're probably the best off to fight till we can get there.
Sure. Calm down, Marla.
I might get to punch something.
Down, dog.
She felt so useless because everybody's all smart and reading books and stuff.
But we trap the
But
people
you're worldly smart. You've got common sense. Okay.
So
you're all going back to the tavern?
What do you? I mean, everyone agrees that's like not a
Yeah.
bad plan.
I like it.
Radavan. Nicely done.
Rattle plan.
A
Rattle
Battle plan.
Yeah, you're doomed. Okay. Alright, let's put you back in the Fox and Hen. And you're all there by the door, and we'll bring your storm effects down a good bit. Okay, you walk in dripping wet. Okay, the elder of the two bar women comes over and she's like, "Oh, good gracious me, look at you poor people. Why don't you get... Here, out the way, you." And she scuffles one of the locals away from the fire, and he moves begrudgingly. And says, "Why don't you all sit over here? We can fetch another chair. Warm yourselves up a little bit."
There's a fire up here? I guess I've never scrolled up that far.
She says, "Oh," she said, "What
Yes,
about some
ma'am.
nice hot... What about some nice hot soup?"
Vegetable?
Yes, please.
We've got vegetable. Yes, ma'am. I can make you some vegetable soup. Anyone want a nice glass of mulled wine? So hot spiced cider?
Coffee
some
and
cider.
water.
Fair enough. Alright, so she heads off. Oh, and, are any of you gonna be wanting hot baths?
Yes, please.
Fair enough. Alright, we'll see to that too, sir.
Thank
She
you.
goes back and... They go back and work on your food. Okay, so you're all gathered round the fire, warming yourself from the torrential weather, soaked through to the bone.
Radavan. Remember that time we just took a whole day and sat in the bathtub with some wine?
I don't really remember most of that day, but I do remember salting my body. That sounds really bad. Bathing. Yes, I do remember that. That's one of those days, man. Corthan, yes. Oh, I love Corthan, I'm not gonna lie. It's grown on me since, we trudged in the sewers.
I'm gonna shudder and kind of look down at my boots.
Yeah, you are all like... I mean, your boots are... I mean, it's so bad. I mean, you probably... Every step that you take. So Marlo is probably the only one who isn't waterlogged in her feet, just for the simple fact that she probably wears sandals. So
Or slippers.
So I will say this. I don't think today is the day we enact our plan.
I agree.
It's raining, it's shitty. I think tomorrow in the morning we have breakfast and we quite loudly suggest the plan and the idea, and then Marlo and I will walk around town and harass people, because that's what we do. We'll harass people, get them to sign things like we're investigating, and by then you'll come back around, sweep around, and see if anyone's looking at us.
I like it.
All right.
Alrighty. Okay.
So as we're sitting around at the fire, can I just about every, 5-10 minutes, just kind of take a sweep of the inn, see who's in there, see if anybody's paying attention to us or if they're just minding their own business?
Nobody seems to be paying any attention to you. You can make a spot check if you wish.
I do wish. 21.
Hey!
Watch this, hold my beer. What's going on, dude? Okay, I mean, people glance over to you from time to time, but no more than you've been used to over the last couple of days. You guys are definitely out of place compared to everybody else. B, you're soaking wet. But nobody seems to be really paying too much direct attention to you.
Cool.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go to bed early then.
Is the
Goodbye.
the innkeeper's daughter there?
Yes, she is.
All right, I'm gonna walk over and go talk to her. Looks
Okay.
like she's there.
I left.
Actually, I'm gonna go right about.
upstairs.
All right. As you head towards the stairs, she says to you, are you going to want a hot bath, miss?
Sure. Thank you.
Fair enough. We'll send hot water and soap up in just a moment. Okay, so Racer, you pull her aside.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a word if I may.
Oh, certainly.
I just wanted to inquire further. My note that you found. First of all, thank you very much. But I was wondering, do you happen to recall at all how it got on your plate?
I have no idea. I mean, I was in the kitchen. I picked everything up and put it on the tray. I brought the tray out here. I took care of a couple of customers' drinks. Brought it over to you, and surprisingly, it was right there underneath one of the plates.
Do you happen to remember the 2 customers that you served just prior?
I don't, I'm afraid.
And who was in the kitchen that night?
Just Mom.
Just your mom. Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, as she says that, she's kind of glancing around, and she says, actually, I do remember, and then she points at this fellow right here. He was one of them.
This guy here?
Yeah. She said Cullum. He was one. Jablinski, thank you for the follow.
Cullum.
Dread, thank you for the follow. 2 guys blowing
I
each
want
other.
something
Thank
like-
you for the follow.
Because he was the guide when we went to the
Yeah,
marshlands.
the guide. Is it the same guy, Gore?
No. Why do you guys think there are only ever going to be one person in the world with the same
Gore is a
name?
weird
'Cause-
name.
What,
Because who
Cullum?
fucking calls their children Cullum?
Cullum
That's
is a
just
very
cruel.
Cullum is a very
It's
it's a very
crazy.
common
What
Welsh
are you
name.
talking about? Really?
Yeah.
Those poor children.
Is it like a John over there?
It's no one goes as far as to say a John, but it is fairly common. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was
Yeah.
a common name.
Cullum. Yep.
Fucking British people.
Oh,
Welsh
thank you.
people.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and look, he's sitting right next to us. All right.
And then I'm gonna just finish with, I wonder if I could get a hot bath as well.
Ah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. So everybody has ordered a hot bath except Marlowe so far.
I'm gonna come up behind Radovan. I'm gonna kind of sneak up.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, hey,
Ooh. Oh. Yeah, Rachel, what's up?
I just talked to the innkeeper's daughter. Asked a little bit more about the note.
Okay. What's
She said she went into the kitchen, picked up her drinks, came around and served 1 table before she served us. I'm going to kind of do like this and say, that guy was one of the people. The only person in the kitchen was her mother.
at the bar? The guy at the bar.
Right there, yeah. Him. White shirt. Well, gray shirt.
Okay. Do you want to approach him or?
I'd say we watch him for now.
Okay. And
Keep an eye, see how often we see him in the next little bit. Can I, from where I am I able to discern, just by looking at him, if he's got any weapons on him or just any details? Like, is he like a working, like, are his hands all rough, or, or is he kind of like
He's
not?
He's probably in his early 20s. He's fairly well built. You can't really tell much more from this distance, though.
Okay. So I'll just kind of, say, yeah, he looks early 20s-ish. Pretty good build on him. I don't know.
do you want me to run a distraction up against the bar?
And what do you want me to do?
Well, you can sit next to him or behind him or whatever, and well, please don't kill him again. Don't kill him like you did in what's his name, but
Yeah, clarity. Let me know exactly what you want to do, because, we don't think the same.
Well,
Can I have some meat?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's our
Bartender pours
distraction.
you a big pull of mead and hands it to you.
How about about you guys? You guys want some meat?
Are you talking to Racer and
No, I'm talking to the two guys sitting on the stools beside me.
They both stop and look. Sure. I'll have a glass of mead with you, love. I'll have
for
one
each
as
of my
well.
new friends here.
All right, he pours some over, and they go, "Oh, cheers, then." And he raises the mug. He says, "You're wet."
Yeah, and you're funny looking. What do you?
He
So
says,
are you guys from this town?
"Aye,
Ah, have you lived here your whole lives?
I was born and raised here. Yep, Cullen Kellern. Pleased to meet you. What's your name?"
I'm Marlo.
Ah,
Marlo Raphael.
I ain't seen your sort around here for a while. Well, ever, I don't think. Have you? No, I ain't seen anyone dressed like that.
Yeah, I get
Rather
that.
interesting attire when it's wet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little chilly, but I don't know. I guess when you're out doing things, you don't really notice. It's once you get settled down, like in here, that you notice it's a little chilly.
Well, does get cold this time of year, that's for sure. Working the farm, I can tell you what, it's gonna suck in the morning. Because we're gonna be out there in those fields taking care of them cows and them sheep, and they'll be trudging around, mud all up to me friggin' ankles.
Oh, so you guys work on the farm?
He goes, "Yep. We're at the farm north of here."
Ah, who owns that farm?
Because the farm itself is owned by Lord Carlin.
Lord
But
Carlin.
we all, most of us, we have a small stake. I've been working real hard, but I own 3 sheep and 2 pigs.
Wow, you own a pig?
2 of them.
Wow, that's cool.
I own a cow as well. I haven't been farming long, but I also have a 3rd share in a cornfield, says the guy next to him.
Where I'm going with this, if y'all are gonna do something.
I
you're
think
freezing,
you probably answered Race's. You might have answered Race's questions for her. I don't know.
Which I'm assuming we can hear this conversation. 'cause
Oh
it
yeah,
is
well
exactly
Marlo's pretty
hushed.
darn loud, and they're not exactly being quiet either. So Marlo is about as subtle as a brick.
Yeah, I'm honestly just listening, kind of like,
Okay.
well, that's a thing that happens
Yeah.
that is to our benefit.
I mean, from what you can gather, they are local farm hands. Do you think they are behind the cult? Do you think they possibly are the suspicious parties?
Well, Risa, take a seat. I mean, watch this play out. Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be like twitchy at all because he would know that Marlo's part of our group. So
Go and question the pigs.
Maybe we just got to check out the tavern. I mean, the farm. Wow.
check out the pigs.
We check out the pigs. We check out the farm. I mean,
So
maybe
Marlo's been going at the mead pretty hard over here. She's gonna kind of switch around, completely forgetting that they're all supposed to be discreet, and she's gonna say, "Racer Redmond, these guys own pigs and cows.
well,
Like he owns 2 pigs, 2."
Congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
I'll raise my cider and kind of like, yay. Like,
How long did it take you to acquire a pig?
Wow, you don't get a pig overnight. I mean, I had to work and save up, and managed to picked them up as yearlings. I did, and raised them up. And this coming summer, they'll be off to market, and I'll be able to make enough money to buy a couple more pigs. And you never know.
And do you just like own the pig? Do you eat them or?
No, I sell them. I raise them and I sell them, and I get that
Got
money,
it.
and I raise and sell more. And livestock. I'm trying to raise
Okay,
trying to get a business going.
It's been a long day. My throat's getting kind of sore. Why don't you come over and join us at this table? I mean, it's shouting, you know.
Fair enough, I suppose. Hey, what you reckon? No, seems alright to me. And they come over and plop themselves down.
And Marlo, I guess say where you are.
Okay.
So, what's your name again?
Callum.
And yours, sir?
Oh, Richard.
Richard. Like your jobs?
Aye. Well, when it ain't raining.
Do you know what we're here for?
Heard you hollering something about stolen merchandise and whatnot, but I don't know exactly what, no.
Okay, well...
I did see it when you almost tied into it with those two big fellas, though. Well, that big guy and that woman. Oh, that looked like that was going to be a tasty old bub brawl, that did.
Not opposed to violence, are you?
Oh, I'm totally opposed to being in it. I don't mind watching it, though.
I kind of try to avoid it if I can. At least
Well,
nowadays. You should have seen me back in the day.
Y'all seem to manage to sort it out. You know, you come to an accord of some sort, I suppose, but I was kind of hoping someone was going to bust a table over someone's head. I really, you know, been a while since we've seen any good antics there in the tavern.
So
there was that one time when the dwarf got all upset and picked up that chair and threw it across the room and caught that old woman inside the head. That was funny, wasn't it? Oh, that was quite, wasn't it?
why did he get upset at a woman? And which women?
Oh, he didn't get upset at a woman. He got upset at her husband. His aim wasn't that good.
So who was the husband and the woman? What were their names? Are they locals?
No, they were merchants. About 6-7 months ago.
What was it about? Do you know?
Claiming that he had inferior merchandise for over-elevated prices, and he took great offense by that.
And the merchant was the husband who was the intended target. What does he sell here?
Oh, he ain't here. As I said, he was travelling through. Parson merchant.
Have you never seen him before or since?
Nope. I doubt we'll see him since.
Why?
Well, if you were travelling through a town and the most memorable thing about that town was a dwarven fellow smashed a chair across the side of your head, would you want to go back?
I don't know, if the food was good.
Yeah, I doubt he will be. He might show his face mirror one time, but it ain't been for a long while, that's for sure.
And this was 6 to 7 months ago.
About that.
Before the first shipment went out that had stolen property.
Shipment? Stolen property, what we talking about?
Shields. The shields that, you clearly know our business.
Nope, I don't know anything about stolen shields.
Did you just say you knew
Well,
what
is that
you were
what
here for?
Well, I said I overheard you talking about some stolen merchandise. Is that the merchandise you're talking about? Is it shields?
The shields from the blacksmith have been going missing, yes.
Oh, no, didn't know that. Someone's been breaking in the blacksmith and swiping shields. God, they got a death wish.
Especially if he has a chair nearby.
Especially if he has a chair.
Did the guards get involved with that altercation with the merchant and the blacksmith?
They were called, and they took him in for a cooling night in the cell to, let his blood settle a little bit.
And then he was never seen again?
No, not him, the dwarf.
Oh, the dwarf.
They arrested him and just for a night.
That seems a little harsh for a throne chair.
Well, this was a merchant, and he did hurt him pretty bad. Verbal altercation is one thing. Chucking an entire chair at somebody and hitting them in the head with it and causing them to become unconscious is something else. As I said, they do take law very serious around here.
I've gathered that, and it's, it's something.
Well, being a Cuthbertarian priest, if that's what it looks like you are with that big shiny
Strainer.
belt buckle that you've got, I reckon you with that soup strainer on your head. He said, I would think you'd know all about that.
Where's your farm? I've only seen a few pigs and cows. Is that your stuff? When I entered.
What? Just and Killer. Thank you
Killer.
for resubscribing. Appreciate it, dude.
Thank you so much, Killer.
Give
Welcome
him
back.
some hyped up rollies. He said, well, as you come in, if you see him in the fields on the left-hand side, some of them would have been mine, right?
And is that where the farm is? I didn't really see much farm.
That's
I haven't been
that's
around
the
town.
farmland. I don't live on the land. It's just, fenced out areas that we lease.
Got it. Well,
I live in a cottage on the outskirts of town.
this is proving to be quite
He
frustrating.
finishes the end of his mead, and he kind of yells over to Marlo. He goes, "Appreciate the drink, love."
No problem.
Well, I best be getting home to the missus. She'll be wondering why I ain't got in yet. Supposed to have took this loaf of bread.
I'm going to take out the note and put it on the table for them to see and sense motive their reactions.
Okay. Make a dice roll.
Oh, sense
Here
motive.
comes
don't
Rattle's
fail me down. Oh, do my Woo! That
Okay.
was scary.
They kind of glance at it and then look at each other. They go a little red in the face. And they kind of like look a little awkward. And then he says, can't read, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I've always wanted to learn, but never had the opportunity.
Ouch.
Do I sense that he's telling the truth about being illiterate?
Seems to be.
Okay.
I mean, the color of his face and the way his eyes move, you sense more embarrassment than uncomfortableness from hiding anything.
Look, Sir Column, and does Richard have a similar expression? I mean, so I can say to Richard.
Richard's a fairly basic fellow. I mean, it's pretty obvious Richard doesn't read and write, but Richard is so oblivious to the fact he doesn't even look at the note. Yeah.
I meant no offense, just so you know.
Hi, I'm Loggy. Thanks for the follow, buddy.
I say to Column.
That's a weird thing for him to say.
I say, here's.
I
the
love
thing.
our viewers' names. They're awesome.
They are pretty awesome. They really are. I say to Column, I didn't mean to put you out, but this note came into our possession recently, and it is a threat of our safety and well-being for the investigation we've been doing. And the lady bartender only served your table, your group, before coming to our table. So I just wanted to see if anyone at your table can read, is educated, or has it just been you two all night long? I guess that's my question.
Well, this evening.
This
Yeah,
evening.
just me and Richard propping up the bar for the last couple hours.
So this note got on her tray somehow by someone who means to do us harm, and that's.
I'd be worried if I were you. That sounds to be quite sinister, but I don't know anything about it, if that's what you're asking.
Is there anyone in town who has had a proclivity for sinisterness?
Not really. Not that I know of.
This damn investigation, I say to Raisa. So no local or no any outsiders of late besides barbarians. Maybe people who pass through here. Okay, who travels between here and Finnerton the most frequently of the locals? Being a farmhand, being out in the day all day, you probably see people coming and going.
Well, the only person I know that makes regular trade from here, I mean, now, Miss Obb, she has, she has merchants bringing her supplies from Finnerton to sell in her store, obviously. And Lord Harrington, every couple of months, he has a shipment of his shields, as you said, if that's what you're talking about. If it's those shields you're on about, he sends a caravan with a whole bunch of men-at-arms that go that way.
Okay, so anyone from Finnerton visits here regularly that's not a local? I guess reverse
there's a couple of merchants that come and go.
Any that are in town right at this moment?
Couldn't tell you. Don't really keep tabs on such things.
But they do stay at this inn.
Oh, absolutely. They would be here, yeah.
Okay.
Does your town have a healer?
Local apothecary.
And their name?
Well, we would have read the name when we looked at the stuff, right?
Yeah, you would have. Give me just a second.
Okay.
The apothecary? Did we go there?
No, but we looked at the trade licenses.
Yeah, you haven't been to the apothecary. How did I write that down?
That was probably in my book.
There we go.
Yeah, that's probably you.
Alrighty. I'm angry with myself. I wrote it down. I've got 3 sheets, 3 different notepads right here, and I can't remember where I wrote it on. Sorry.
Just make up a name, Gore.
No, I actually have a name for her. Or him. That's what I get for losing stuff earlier. Okay, they tell you the name. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, sounds good. So, what time is it?
You've been in the town about an hour.
So, 5:30 to 6:30-ish.
So Kia just left us really early.
So,
In the
as
night.
soon as they tell me the name, I'm gonna look at Radovan and just be like, I'll be right back. Turn and briskly walk.
Dietrich Kale. There you go.
What is it?
Dietrich Kale.
Dietrich?
Dietrich, yep.
I'm going to go to the innkeeper.
Okay. Well, these two are heading out of the door. They're heading home as they said they would. Okay, so
Hey,
what do you want
Marlo.
Hi.
Oh, sure.
Marlo's looking toasty.
Okay, sir, innkeeper.
Yes?
Do you have a log of everybody who has a room reserved tonight and these past few days?
I keep a weekly log, yeah.
Can I perchance peruse them?
Generally not. Privacy, you see.
Well, I just want to make sure. I just want to see if any
Thank you for the follow.
any writing stands out. That is
Torchy,
something.
thank you for the follow. I mean,
It's for Lord Harrington.
Terry Potter, thank you for the follow.
It's for Lord Harrington.
Marlo, do you want to make a diplomacy check?
I will.
And Radovan, you can make a diplomacy check as well.
Please! I love it.
You get +1 for cuteness.
Radovan?
No,
No,
that's
Marlo.
Marlo.
So you have +1 for cuteness. Okay, 20-3. He's like, well,
That's pretty cute.
look, I suppose I'd let you have a quick look.
Thank you, sir.
And he reaches under the table and brings up the ledger. He goes, but don't tell anybody that you got any names from me. Okay, and he sets it down. Okay.
I'm going. So these are like a weekly ledger. So obviously, it's not for anything from a week previously.
No, this is just people this week. It's got like 3 days worth of rooms in it.
And does it have their signatures?
No.
But it has their names. So he wrote the names down.
Sometimes. If it doesn't, it just has occupied next to the room number, which is more than the case.
Okay, so how many rooms are theoretically taken?
All right. Well, this is basically it's a 2-story inn, and it has 8 rooms on each floor, so it's 16 rooms. Now, if you remember when you first came here, there were only two rooms left. As you kind of glance through it, looks like yesterday it was fully booked.
They're all named Column.
According to Radovan, everybody's called Column. Column 1, Column 2, Column 3, Row 4, Row 5.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, the only people... I mean, there are a few names, but most people are just... It just says occupied, and then in another column it says paid, or there's like tally marks of gold pieces that they owe on a tab or anything like that.
So tonight it's occupied, like it's a full staff too.
No, tonight there's actually 6 rooms available. It's a quiet night tonight.
Okay, well,
Marlo's leaned against his shoulder. Does it help?
Drooling.
okay, and I'm gonna close the book and hand it back to him, and I'm gonna say, any of these people who are here tonight from Finnerton or frequent your establishment but don't live in the town? I mean, clearly these are all outsiders.
He said if they're locals, their name. If for their locals, their name's in the book.
Well, why would locals stay in a tavern when they could just go home?
Oh, well, you have to understand. Sometimes people upset the wife, need a place to stay for the night, let her cool off.
Got it.
Things happen, you know.
Any of these occupants strange or?
Not really. Not that I can think of.
Okay, and I guess lastly, any of them frequent? Like, I mean, I imagine you have a lot of frequent return customers from abroad. but any in the past 6 months more frequent than not, more frequent and educated?
Honestly, I see so many names and so many people come through here. I mean, anybody that I get to know well enough to recognize, obviously, I would say they're frequent. There are several of those, but none of them I think are staying tonight.
Okay, so I'm going to take out the note and I'm going to put it in front of him.
He looks at it. Oh dear. That doesn't sound very nice. Threat, is it?
It was a threat left on the tray of your daughter intended for us.
Oh.
We're investigating the shields.
Hang on a second.
White
Oi,
system?
girl, come here. She comes over. He says, what do you know about this? She says, I don't know nothing, Dad. She said, I was fetching him lunch and I went and took the tray into the kitchen. I loaded it up and I came back and, you know, you told me to serve a couple of people that we were getting, you know, backed up a little bit. So I took care of that and dropped off the lunch. And as I was putting the trays and the bowls on the table, there it was, right underneath someone's bowl. And you didn't see who give it to you? No, Dad. Didn't see anybody give it to me. Mighty suspicious.
You see why we're trying to look at any ledgers or things that have signatures so we can match the handwriting. That is has been our plan all along.
Oh, well, I don't have anything like that, I'm afraid. That being said, I don't hold with anybody making threats to people in my establishment, and if I see anybody or anybody comes to mind or anybody acts suspicious or anybody starts inquiring about you or any of the others, you know, the other two ladies that you're with, I'll be sure to let you know.
How about you instigate a new policy in your tavern and have your customers sign it, and maybe instigate it tonight so that send one of your daughters to request signatures from everyone who's staying in a room.
Can't do that, I'm afraid.
Why not?
Most people can't type.
Well,
Can't write. Type.
Well, they do the X signature thing, you know? They can't type. It's a typewriter. But, you know, what about that? If they're illiterate, just have them do a little mark.
Well, they're going to put an X. What's that going to tell you? No more than me writing occupied, is it?
Well, it'll weed out who is potentially the culprit, because obviously the person who wrote this note can write.
Yeah, but that's also going to start putting me involved in your mischief and your trouble, and I don't want no part of it.
But this happened in your tavern, so you are a part of it.
Well, I'm not yet.
Well,
But if you're saying that you think something's going to happen here, then I'm going to call the call the town guard, and you can talk to them about it. But I'm not fixing to go around asking people to sign documents, and what if I find the culprit and he gets pissed off at me and murders me?
Why would he be suspicious of you requesting an actual signature?
Well, other than
because
the
he's
fact
staying
that
in your
we don't
establishment?
do that, and most taverns don't do that. Be rather suspicious if you suddenly start asking customers to sign before they can have a room.
Well, don't you think that would be the better for record keeping and...
Yeah, assuming that you know a lot of people that can read and write. But
So
I'm telling
those
you, glancing
barbarians-
around this tavern, most of these people here can't read and write. Half the
But-
people that travel through here can't read or write. So what good does it do?
Sir, calm down. It'll do good because you could avoid potential conflicts and troublemakers.
I can avoid that already by telling people like that to get out of my tavern. Now, if you think there's going to be any trouble coming here, I'm going to have to ask you the same. I don't like where this is going. I don't like it at all.
I don't like
my
where it's
daughter's
going.
involved.
This is my life on the line, sir. I'm
Yeah, a
just trying
lot
to
of
get to the
people
bottom
are
of
now
it.
starting to look, because of course y'all's voices are raised up quite a bit. He's like, look, I don't mind you staying here. I'm not going to turf you out because the weather is terrible, but I'm not going to get involved. Now, whatever you decide to do, you can do it, but do it discreetly and don't bring any trouble to my tavern.
That's the last thing I intend to do is bring trouble to people.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not going to get involved and start breaking the habit of a lifetime by going around and asking people to sign ledgers. Especially right now, it would seem rather suspicious.
Well, that is probably true, and I would not disagree with you there. But
People think
in
I'm
the
in league with you.
future-
The next thing you know, I wake up with my throat slit.
okay, in the future, it would probably do your establishment good, especially since the law in this town is so strict and serious. To have some record.
I'll take it under advisement.
You're not going to do anything, are you, sir?
Well, no, I am. I'm going to go and serve people. Now, if you excuse me, unless
All
you'd
right.
like a beverage.
Nope, I'm good, thank you.
I think I heard that they've got your hot water ready. It's been sitting out there for probably getting cool.
Thank you, sir. I will move away. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, Racer. Where is Racer? Okay, Racer's over by the door. Were you going somewhere, or?
I was, yes. But it's 9:40.
Yep. Right. So, I'm just trying to get it to a good stopping point.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we can. I can make it brief.
Okay. What were you gonna do?
Okay, so I want to go to the apothecary.
All right. So you're gonna go out in the torrential rain. Bearing in mind, last time you came at this type of hour, all the stores were closed by now.
Was it that late? I thought it was around 8 o'clock when we did
It
that.
was, but they told you that they closed pretty much around sundown. So by
Okay.
now it would be. They would be closed. It'd be like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
I mean, you can still go there. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try anyways.
Okay. Well, when you get there, it is indeed closed. Do you
I'm
wish-
assuming being a healer, she has to somewhat be on call.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna knock, 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 knock.
All right. A window opens from up top. You see a man lean out and says, "Yes." Do you
Sorry
need
to bother
anything?
you at the hour. I'm wondering, is Detrick available?
Dietrich. I'm Dietrich.
You're Dietrich?
Yes. Can I help
said
you?
You said a man?
Mhm.
Okay, earlier you said it was a girl.
I think that there
You
was.
said I had her name written down.
I did, and then after that, I said or his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry,
So it's
yeah.
him. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
That's cool,
Alright,
yeah.
Him. Okay. I wonder if I might have a quick word.
Is it important? Does it mean? Is it necessary? Like now, it's pouring down with rain. I'm in my night clothes.
I realize I'm sorry, and is a matter of life and death important to you, sir?
Depends on whose and how much they're paying.
Mine. And I can pay you, I guess.
Hold on a second. He slams the window. And he comes downstairs and opens the door. Lets you inside. Alrighty, here you are. And oh, stop that. Stop that roll 20. Stop being evil. Okay. Right. Okay, so he lets you in. He says, "What is this about?"
Thank you for seeing me. Quickly, I am inquiring about a person you probably treated about 6 months ago. There was a scuffle at the inn between the blacksmith and a couple from out of town. The wife got hit over the head with a chair and was knocked unconscious for a while. I simply need to know if you happen to know her name.
I don't recall the incident.
Apparently it was quite a big deal.
This is a matter of life and death, is it?
Yes, in the matter of keeping things quick, I can explain if you wanted, but it's a long story.
If it doesn't matter to me, I don't really care.
I need to know her name.
I don't know
Or
it.
his
I don't,
name, the
don't recall
husband's
the
name.
incident.
So she wasn't brought to you for treatment? Aren't you the healer in this town?
I'm an apothecary. Sometimes I sell herbal remedies and stuff like that. I'm not a doctor. I'm as close as they have, but no one brought her to me, and I wasn't summoned, so I don't recall this woman. I would recall. I have a pretty good memory, but I don't recall treating anybody that was hit over the head recently.
Well, then it appears I was given incorrect information, and I have woken you from your slumber for no reason.
I wasn't asleep. I was just getting ready to go to bed, but now, if that's it,
One other thing quickly.
yes.
Do you happen to have any storage vials with glass stoppers?
I do. Hold on a second. And he kind of like noticeably aggravated goes over and reaches underneath and brings out a box with about 24 of them in. And ching, sits them on the counter. He says, "Here, what do you need? What do you want?"
6?
Fine, here. Okay.
How much, sir?
Put 6 on the... He goes, let's say 6 silver.
Here's 12. Thank you.
Thank you. I do apologize. I don't like seeing people in this weather, and I certainly don't like being interrupted when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Well, I apologize as well, but I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you. I'll be going.
No problem. By all means, if you need anything, come back tomorrow when I'm open.
I thank you.
Alrighty. Okie dokie. Oh, let me move you off here. Alright, okay. So you going back to the tavern, or...?
Yeah, I'll, like, swiftly run back.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's only across the street anyway, so...
Yes, but it's raining.
It is bloody raining. Pretty bloody hard, too. Okay, so you go back... So you come back in the tavern. Ranavan and Marlowe, during this time, what are you guys doing?
Going upstairs to my room.
Get your hot bath, or you
Yep,
going straight to
pretty
bed,
much.
or... Okay,
Hot bath.
Kia, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm probably fast asleep by this point.
Okay, were you going to get clean, or did you not bother?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Marlowe.
Well, I was going to fall asleep beside the fire, but now I think the innkeeper would kill me in my sleep.
That's up to you. Do you want to?
Oh yeah, I'm going to fall asleep over here in this chair.
Okay. He's not. He probably isn't going to mess with you. Okay. So Ranavan has gone up for his. He's gone up for his. To retire. Kia has gone up to retire. Raisa, you doing the same?
Yeah, my bath should be upstairs, so I'm just gonna go.
All right. You get up there, and Ranavan. You know, all of you have got your warm baths. So I need to make a dice roll here. There are 3 people in consideration. So /R 1d3. Okay. So I'm going to go in order. Spook is downstairs in the chair. So Jane Ivana is 1. Shaggot is 2. Bane is 3.
Who's getting attacked?
But there's only 2 rooms, right? So isn't Kia and Race in the same room?
No.
No, not now. There isn't. Now there's a
now
whole
everyone's
bunch
in
of
3
rooms.
rooms.
Unless Racer and Kia are gonna take baths in the one share a bathtub and sleep in one room again. That's up to you guys.
We never actually discussed
We
that.
never discussed
So
it.
answer the
I don't
question.
know.
So would you
I
have
will
or would
say,
you not
honestly, when Keo went up earlier, I assumed that we were sharing a room.
have? Okay,
That was my assumption.
that would be fine. It doesn't
Jane, what
change
was
anything
your-
anyway. I just need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Racer and Kia. It changes one thing. So 1 is Kia. Okay. For not having to rewind too much because. So I'm going to say that by the time Kia got up there, she hung out her clothes and stuff like that. It took her a little while before she got around to taking her bath. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Racer, as you get to the door, you hear Kia screaming in agony. Kia, you climb down in your hot, beautiful bathtub, and you start to wash yourself with soap. Suddenly, some bizarre chemical reaction happens. The soap reacts to the water, and it turns to pure acid.
Oh my god.
Now,
Shit.
of everybody, you are probably the one person that didn't need this, because it can. I'm going to say it out loud. This can kill you right now.
Shit. What?
There is no save because you're immersed in it.
Oh my god.
And just so you know,
Marlo had a
there
poor
was
hygiene
no
save.
smell either. So there was no sulfuric
Wow,
smell, so
okay,
you wouldn't
okay,
have
okay.
smelt it.
Oh god.
What? Why?
Why? Because someone is trying to kill you, and you're not listening, so they are doing something about it.
Oh no.
Okay, 8d8 damage.
Oh my god. Are you...
He is like the one that's been least pressing in all this too. Like,
Well, he
Holy
wasn't.
crap.
Let's just say how this happened. The person did not have any control over what bathtub was going to what room.
Oh my god.
I am opening this. I'm going to
dead.
roll this
I'm so
openly
dead.
next week when we go to our next stream. So,
No!
yes, next week. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter at Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons and Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget, To keep up with all things How We Roll, follow us on Twitter at How We Roll, check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys!
When I'm not playing Radovan Rainier, Cleric of St. Cuthbert for How We Roll, I'm just Shagget, a guy who can't do math in public. You can follow this poor lost soul on twitch.tv/Shagget, or on Twitter at @aneb_convos. For the love of all things boozy, stay in school.
I'm the Dragon Spooker, and I play Marlowe the Hot-Blooded Monk for How We Roll. You can catch my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker, or you can follow me on Twitter at @dragonspooker, and I hope to see you guys around.
Hi guys, thanks for watching today's episode of How We Roll. I hope you had a lot of fun, and if you'd like, you can give me a follow at Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Bane Blackstar, or come say hi in my own Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Bane1271. I stream full-time and usually play World of Warcraft, The Sims 4, and I even craft things out of polymer clay, but you never know what we'll get up to. I hope you'll come say hi, join in the conversation, and have some fun.
Hi, I'm Jane, and when I'm not fireballing innocent peasants, I'm perusing Twitter, eating ice cream, and petting my cat Norman. You can follow me on Twitch at Jane Ivana, and on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, and that's with a 0, not an L. Goodbye. Or as I say, peace, suckus.